G'day guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I will be going over my tips and predictions for the 2024 AFL Grand Final. Before I get into that, I would like to briefly go over my tips for the preliminary finals. Now as for those games, I got 1 out of 2 correct. I tipped Sydney to beat Port Adelaide, which I got correct, and I tipped Geelong to beat Brisbane, which I got incorrect. Brisbane won that game by 10 points. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, it means the world to me, and yes, ring that notification bell and feel free to leave a comment down below. Now, onto the Grand Final. The two teams that will be playing in this year's Grand Final are the Sydney Swans and the Brisbane Lions. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about Sydney. So last week they defeated Port Adelaide by 6 goals in what was rather convincing fashion. Throughout the season, Sydney have been having some troubles during the first quarters, so they'd usually let teams get ahead of them at quarter time, and then usually they would just manage to catch up and win most of those games. Last week that was not the case. Sydney were in front at quarter time by about 2 goals, I believe, and they were just pretty much in complete control of the game after that, really. I mean, it was neck and neck, pretty much throughout most of the first quarter. But yeah, after the first quarter, it was just really Sydney. One of the key stats that Sydney dominated in against Port Adelaide last week was scores from turnover. They absolutely destroyed Port Adelaide in that aspect, and they would need to do that against the Brisbane Lions to win the Grand Final. Now, as for the Brisbane Lions, last week they travelled to the MCG to take on the Geelong Cats in a prelim final, and it looked like that Geelong were going to run away with the game after they were leading by 25 points early in the third quarter. But no, Brisbane were able to do against Geelong what they did against GWS a couple weeks ago, although this was only 25 points rather than 44 points, but nevertheless still very impressive, because they'd had to travel all the way down to Sydney to play the Giants, and travel back to Brisbane to train, and then travel all the way to Melbourne to play Geelong. And you'd think the players would be exhausted after all that travelling, and also the fact that the Geelong players had a week off, in fact 2 weeks off within 4 weeks, and the Lions only had 1 week off within 4 weeks. One particular strength of the Brisbane Lions is their uncontested marks and their ability to move the ball forward, as well as some of their key players like Lachie Neale, Joe Danaher sometimes he can have very good games, sometimes very bad games, and Hughie Pluggage. Charlie Cameron is also another player that really needs to step up again for the Lions, and also I personally hope he does, just for the sake of the fans singing Country Road throughout the MCG. Now, I don't particularly care who wins this Grand Final, but I am going to be tipping the minor premiers, the Sydney Swans, to win this Grand Final by just 2 points. And my big call will be that Brisbane lead by 3 or more goals with 5 or less minutes of playing time left in the last quarter of the game, and Sydney to just have that brief moment where they're just kicking goals and Brisbane cannot stop them. So that will be my big call. And as for the Norm Smith medalist, I will be tipping Isaac Heaney to win the Norm Smith medal. Alright guys, that's all for today. I just thought I'd make a very brief video this time, because it's just one game I'm going over. So anyway, I hope you did enjoy this video. At least if you did, please make sure to hit that like button, and as I have said already, if you haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, it means the world to me. Just ring that notification bell, share this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you are either Swan supporters or Lion supporters, best of luck. I hope you've enjoyed your week so far. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. yes, I hope you have fun watching the grand final. I hope it's a great grand final, and I will see you all next time.